students, welcome back to the chapter 9 Strategies for Enhancement in Food Production. Students, in the last video we discussed introductory part of this chapter, whereas today in this video let us try to understand two important branches of the animal husbandry, and they are dairy and poultry farming. Let's begin with dairy farm system. What is a dairy farm system? It is the scientific method of rearing the cattle for the sake of milk and its products for human consumption. We from the dairy farm system obtain milk, butter, cheese and other n number of products, and for that we rear different type of cattle. The two groups of animals which we rear in the dairy farm system commonly are cows. The scientific name of cow is Bos indicus, and buffalo. The scientific name of buffalo is Bos bubalis. In India, all these cattle which are there, they are categorized into two categories, or they are recognized into two breeds. The first one is called indigenous breed. These are the breeds which are the native of India. And exotic breed. These are the breeds of foreign country, and they'll be imported to our country for our benefit. In this slide, we'll discuss about indigenous breed. We'll see exotic breed later. Indigenous breed, based upon its use, are classified into three types, and they are milch breed. These are the types of the breeds which are reared only for the sake of the milk. Many examples are there. I am going to give to each category. Red Sindhi and Sahiwal are milch breed. Second one is called draft or draught breed, which are reared for the sake of field work. So they'll help a farmer in plowing and other agricultural activities, even in the transportation. So examples of that is draught breed are Hallikar and Amrit Mahal. Whereas dual purpose breed, these are the breeds which are reared for both milk and field work. For example, Ongole and Haryana. So these are the three different type of indigenous breeds which are native of India and are classified into three types, and they are milch breed for milk, draft breed for field work, dual purpose breed for milk and labor. Now, let us try to understand exotic breed. Exotic breeds are originated outside India in other country and will be imported to our country for our benefit. So let's try to see few examples. The first example is Red Dane from the Denmark. The second one is Holstein Friesian. You might have seen this in any of the milk ads. Okay, this is from Holland. Then the third one is called Brown Swiss from America, whereas the next one is said to be Jersey from New Jersey, England. All these are exotic breed. Now imagine that we have and if we have a dairy industry, how we have to manage it. So this can be asked for 3 or a 5 mark. So let's try to see. Say this is one of a dairy farm, and how we have to take care of the cattle and also the farm. That is the dairy farm management. The first point, selection of good breed. So whenever we go for construction of dairy farm plant, we have to be very much that is keen in selecting a good breed. Selecting good breed involves selection of type of the breed, whether it is for milk yield, for hard work or for dual. So that should be clear. Okay, and according to our need we have to select the breed, and while selecting the breed we have to see that the breed is disease free and disease resistant. A good animal shelter, so like this in the picture how it is shown, a good animal shelter which is spacious should be provided so that cattle can rest. It should be with a proper sunlight, it should be well ventilated, it should be dry, see here it should be dry, and it should be clean hygiene, and so disinfection should be carried out. That is the second point for the next point is slopy floor for the animal should be constructed so that the animal excreta can get disposed of easily. We have to identify the diseases of the cattle in the early stage. So we should be a good observer and we should see whether the cattle is active or not, and if we find any sort of inactivity or dullness, identify that in an early stage so that we can take the help of veterinary doctor and can take care of our cattle. Then we have to regularly brush our animals so as to remove the dirt and excess hair present on the body. Milking should be done in a very clean area, that is in the clean yard. The udders, okay, these udders and the teats should be cleaned properly. This is a very important point. A good feed should be given to the cattle, which includes roughage and concentrate. Now, what is roughage and concentrate? Correct? So, roughage is a food which is said to be rich with the high fiber. So, that will improve digestion capacity in the cattle. So, roughage includes hay or say legume pods, whereas a concentrate is a rich food with the protein. So we can give in the concentrate the broken grains of the jawar or the finger millets or any other type of a grain, and even we can give pulses, that is broken dals. So morning if we are giving roughage, we should see that evening we give concentrate or vice versa. Only roughage or concentrate should not be given. So roughage and concentrate if we give in an alternate manner, our cattle will give more milk. That is an important point. So this dairy farm management can be asked for 3 to 5 mark. Make a notes on this and practice. So that's about dairy farm management. So let's try to understand another branch of animal husbandry, and that is a poultry farm. What is a poultry farm? It is a scientific method of rearing different type of fowls for the sake of egg and meat. So we are going to rear different type of chickens. We rear ducks, turkey fowls, and also geese are reared for the sake of the milk and egg. Now let us try to understand another branch of animal husbandry, and that is poultry farm system. What is poultry farm system? It refers to rearing of domesticated fowls that include chickens, duck, turkey fowl, and geese. All these fowls are reared for meat and eggs. Now let us try to understand the chickens, because though ducks, turkey fowls and geese are reared, but the concentration of consumption of chicken, egg of chicken is more compared to the meat and eggs of other fowls. So chicken forms an important source. The important breeds of the chicken are just like dairy animals, how they were classified into indigenous and exotic breed. Even poultry birds are also classified into indigenous and exotic breed. We know the meaning. Indigenous breeds are the native of India. Few examples let's try to see. The first example is asil. This you might have seen because it is commonly used in cockfighting. The second one is called chittagong. Third one is called Kadaknath. Kadaknath is said to be a very delicious meat having chicken, and its meat will be black in color. And Ghagus and Barsa, these are the few examples of indigenous breed. Whereas exotic breeds which are not native of India, few examples are Cornish, Plymouth, Rhode Island, and the Leghorn. So these are the few examples for exotic breeds. Now, if we have poultry farm, so how to take care of our fowl and also the farm? So similar to dairy farm, this question can also be asked for 3 to 5 marks. So this is, say, the poultry farm where we are rearing chickens. The first one, we have to select a disease free and suitable breed. Okay, the fowl based upon egg laying, which are called layer, or only for the sake of meat, which are called broiler, or we can rear a fowl which will be used for both, that is for both egg and meat. So that is called dual purpose breed. And while selecting, we have to select a fowl which is disease free or disease resistant. Next, we have to give a proper feed. A good food should be given to them, and a good water and hygienity must be maintained. So we have to disinfect our poultry farm regularly, so that hygienity will be maintained, and regular veterinary doctor visit must be there, so that health of the birds can be taken care. Proper cleaning of brooder house should be there. This house should be cleaned at least once in a week by using disinfectants. The brooder house should be kept lit at night to provide a photo period. Why we should do this? For a good egg laying, all the fowls need minimum 14 to 16 hours of a sunlight. But that much of sunlight we will not get. So what we have to do? We have to provide alternative source of a light, and that can be done with the help of a fluorescent tube lights. So we have to lit in the night for about say 2 to 4 hours, and whole night the light should not be lit. That may decrease egg laying capacity. So this is another important point. The brooder house should be rat and snake free, so that our cattle will be not that is their number will not get damaged. It requires, that is poultry farming requires the knowledge of different type of diseases with which poultry fowls will suffer, and causative agents, and also their control. So we should know basic idea about the diseases and how to prevent those diseases from getting those diseases. Now the next important is summer and winter management. Why should we do this? Because the fowls belongs to birds category, as we know. They'll be covered with a thick feather. They do not have sweat glands, so they cannot sweat. They can withstand cold, but they are sensitive towards water, summer. So we have to have certain plans so as to manage summer and winter. So what should we do? We have to take care during summer about our fowls, because due to the high temperature our chickens will start producing less egg, and they also consume less food. So we have to take measures. What measures we have to take then? We have to cover the poultry farm sheds with grass, or we should grow some low vegetations on the sheds of the poultry farm. If not, we have to provide sprinklers on the and it should be kept cool. Third one, we have to allow maximum ventilation. If we have seen a chicken seller, you will be knowing all the chickens will be kept in a small cages, and over that a small gunny bag will be put, and that will be wet. So the person who will be selling will keep that gunny bag wet, so that the temperature will not that the fowl in laying the egg. So this is a very important point, that is summer and winter management. So these are a few steps for managing our poultry farm. Now let's try to have a look over some important diseases of poultry, which is actually extra knowledge, but let's try to just understand the name and causative organism of the disease. So fowls suffer with a different type of diseases. In that, first disease is Ranikhet disease, which is caused by virus called paramyxovirus, which is going to decrease egg capacity. Then fowl cholera. So fowls also suffer with the cholera, and that is caused by a bacteria called Pasteurella maltosida. Then the next disease is called candidiasis. It is caused by Candida albicans. And then respiratory mycoplasmosis, which is caused by the organism Mycoplasma gallisepticum. The most dangerous disease is said to be bird flu. So if you have a habit of watching TV or reading newspaper, you will be knowing that bird flu had created a havoc in the poultry farm industry. So it is also called as bird influenza or avian influenza. So that is a type of a flu with which our fowls were suffering, and because of which there was a decrease in the yield of poultry industry. So let's try to understand about this bird flu. It is also called as avian flu. So this was caused by a virus by name H5N1. We know H1N1. So similar to that, there is another virus by name H5N1. So luckily we have the vaccines and also the medicines. So what are the symptoms if our fowl suffers with the bird flu? The first symptom, there will be sudden death of the bird without any sign. So sudden there will be death. Then the second one, the bird will not have a coordination. That is, it with other fowl there will be no coordination. The purple coloration of the purple color, especially on the regions like wattle, comb and leg. Comb, we know this upper region is called comb, whereas wattle is this region. So this region, the lower region, is called wattles, and legs will become purple in color. Soft shelled, see, misshapen eggs. We cannot imagine this. The shells of the fowls will be hard, correct? But here the eggs of the birds which are suffering with the bird flu, the shells will be soft and they'll be not oval, they'll be misshapen. Lack of energy, fowl will be with lack of energy and it will not consume food, so it's called appetite. Then diarrhea. So these are the few symptoms of the fowls which are suffering with the bird flu. So swollen head, eyelids, comb, wattles and hocks are also the few symptoms, that is the symptoms of the fowls which will be suffering with the bird flu. Then what we have to, so prevention and control. We have to keep the fowls indoor at high risk time. So say that we'll come to know that bird flu is spreading, then instead of allowing our fowls to that is roam outside, we have to keep our fowls inside the poultry. Second one, we have to disinfect the farm. So how we are sanitizing our hands nowadays during the COVID-19, like that we have to sanitize the full farm so that the disease will not spread. Visitors should be limited during the disease spread so that visitors will not spread the disease. Then separate shelter should be provided if in case fowls are infected. How we are quarantining a person who is with COVID-19, like that here the fowl which is suffering with the disease should be provided with a separate fowl. Give some medication, that is treatment. So luckily we have antiviral medicines for bird flu and also we have vaccines. Those vaccines can be given in case if the bird flu is getting spread. So this is about two important animal husbandry branches. One is dairy farm industry, that is dairy farm, and the second one is poultry farm. So in this video we discussed these two important things, dairy and poultry farm system, whereas in the next video we'll discuss techniques of animal breeding. How are we improving the quality and the quantity of the yield under the heading of animal breeding. Hope you understood this video, students. Thank you.